everyone, Miss Canfield here. Today we're going to go on a math scavenger hunt. So what's going to happen is throughout the video we're going to get different clues, and at each clue we're going to have a math problem that we need to solve before we can go on to the next clue. Now you guys are going to be guessing where the next clue is going to lead us, and then the video is going to take you there. Make sure you're answering and solving the problems along the way. Thank you. Let's get started. Hey guys, so the first clue is finding the first clue will be a treat. Look for it where you find something to eat. Now where do you guys think that would be? And remember, at our next clue we're going to have a math problem, so get ready to solve. And you guys can get a piece of paper, or if you guys have a whiteboard, you guys could do that as well to help you solve the problems. Good job, we made it! We're at the refrigerator, who knew? So, our problem before we can read the clue is, what is 22 plus 45? So guys, this is our problem before we go on to our next clue, and the problem is 22 plus 45. If you guys are having a little bit of difficulty solving the problem, here's a refresher and a self-correction to show you guys how to solve the problem. So whenever you're doing a two-digit addition problem, you first want to add up the numbers on this side right here. So the 2 are in the ones place. So the 2 plus 5 is 7. Good job. And 2 plus 4 is 6. Good job. So if you got 67, we can move on to the next clue. Good job solving the first math problem, and now we can move on to the next clue of our scavenger hunt. Now that you're fed, go look for the clue where you lay your head. Where do you guys think this clue could be? Okay, so you guys made it to your bedroom. Great job. Now, let's think. Where do you lay your head? Good job, the pillow. So that is where our next clue is. And before we get our next clue, we're going to do the math problem. 105 plus 315. Now this is doing 3-digit addition, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult than the double-digit addition, but we can do it. Good job, guys. You made it to the next problem. And our problem is 105 plus 315. Now, in order to solve this problem, it's pretty similar to the double-digit addition. You're going to first start in the ones place and add up those numbers, and then you're going to move on to the tens place and add up those numbers, and then move on to the hundreds place and add up those numbers. So, you guys can use this as a self-correction or as a type of little reteacher to show you guys how to add if you would like. Okay, so let's get started. So first you're going to do 5 plus 5. Now that equals 10, and that's a little bit more tricky than normal because you want to make sure that you carry over the 1 up top. So let's put down our 0 right here for 10. And then you want to make sure you carry the 1. And you want to make sure you add the 1 plus 0 plus 1, which is 2. Good job. And then you want to go on to your hundreds place, and you're going to go 1 plus 3 equals 4. Good job. So the answer is 420. Now let's move on to our next clue. Good job. You guys just solved this super hard math equation problem. Now we're going to move on to the next clue, because since we solved the problem correctly, we get the next clue. Okay, so the next place to look is where you find a book. Where would you find a book? Good job, so we made it to the bookshelf. So now our next equation problem before we find a clue is, what is 82 plus 18? Solve it now, and then you guys can watch the rest of the video to self-correct and reteach if you guys need some reteaching. Good job. So if you guys have already solved the problem, keep watching to make sure you guys got it correct. And if you need some reteaching, that's fine. We'll do the problem together. So you always want to start in the ones place again, and this is a double-digit addition. So starting in the ones place, you're going to do 2 plus 8, which equals 10 again. And we know from the last problem, you always put a 0, and then you carry a 1, Okay, so then 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. Good job. So this problem equals 100. Good job. Now we can move on to the next clue. Great job solving these problems, guys. They're a little bit difficult. Great job solving all these difficult problems so far. Now we can move on to our next clue, which is, have you heard the news? The next clue is where you'll find your shoes. I wonder where that would be. We ended up at the shoe rack. Now before we get our next clue, we need to solve another problem. We only have 2 problems left until we get to the final piece of our scavenger hunt, which I'm so excited for. So our next problem is, what is 355 plus 122? You guys got it. It's a tough one, but you guys got it. Good job. I hope most of you have already started solving the problem, but if you need some reteaching, that's okay. This can be used as a self-correction. So we're going to start again in the ones place like always. What's 5 plus 2? 7. Good job. And what's 5 plus 2 again? 7. Good job. And then what is 3 plus 1? 4. Good job. So our answer is 477. And now we can move on to our next clue. Great job solving, guys. You guys are mathematicians. So now we're going to move on to our next clue. Wanting more? Why don't you? Check the front door. Great job, guys. We got to the front door, and now we're going to solve one more problem to be led to our final destination for our scavenger hunt. I'm so excited. Now, before we move on to our clue, our next problem is, what is 13 plus 72? So now we're going to solve our last problem, which is 13 plus 72. We're going to start in the ones column again. What is 3 plus 2? Good job, it's 5. And then what is 1 plus 7? Good job, it's 8. So our last answer is 85. And now we can go to our last and final clue to lead us to our destination. So our final clue is looking for the final prize. Go where you can look in your own eyes. And then once you get there, you can keep playing the video, and then your prize will be there.